Oh, good.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take Two Radio, and thanks for listening.
And good evening. Welcome to Take Two Radio Soaps and Review. I'm Pam the Popsicle, your host. And joining me are my fellow Popsicles, David and Candice. Brr, everybody.
Brr, yeah. And I'm glad you made it in.
I'm currently hot tamale. I'm a hot tamale because I'm inside with the heat on, and I'm feeling like I'm in Miami. There you go.
Okay, but outside it's cold, right?
Outside, I haven't gone out there. So we're gonna pretend. No, it is starting. Yeah, it's starting to change now. The weather has officially dropped. So yeah.
It's officially.
Well, have you gotten any of that? Have you gotten any of that Arctic blast?
Yes.
I think we're scheduled for. I know Maryland's scheduled for Friday and Saturday morning.
Oh my gosh! I've already been going through it, woman. It's been -6 degrees here.
Ooh. Even when I went away, it was.
Yeah, it's coming here.
You know. Yeah, it was kind of mild, but now, like they said, like it's going to be between the next 48 hours. By the way, this is your Take Two radio weather report.
Yes.
The next 48 hours, it will be a cold blast in the eastern area of Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia. There you go, folks. Who are listening.
There you go. And New York, where David is.
And New York,
New York.
Stay warm, folks.
It's just insanity. I mean, we had a long winter. We had snow in May, and then I don't know where spring went, and then we had a little bit of summer. Now we're back to winter again. So it's insanity, and I think this whole winter is supposed to be bad. So watch out, people.
Yeah, they did predict that. They said this is probably going to be the worst. So.
Well, I'm not happy, so let's talk about things that sort of make me happy.
Well, where do you want to begin? Yeah, where do you want to begin at, Pam?
Well, first I want to say, we miss you, Anthony. We hope you feel better. Migraines and sinus infections are not anything good to deal with. And Carolyn, you keep partying your little heart out and having a good time with your guests. So we miss you guys. Yeah. We hope you're back soon. But in the meantime, us 3 are here to give the good, the bad, the ugly, and the what the heck was that? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, I could come up with a lot of things.
I mean,
yeah,
I think this is officially sweeps. Well, next week is the end of sweeps. But I don't think here's the thing. I think there should be social media sweeps because there was so much going on outside of the soaps that dealt with the soaps that just was like, wait a minute, let me sit down somewhere and take a drink. Because that's how I felt in the last 48 to 72. Yeah, 48 hours I've been feeling like that. Like, I'm just like, really? Like, this is okay, alrighty then. All right, well, there you go, folks.
That's it. We're done. Show's over.
That's it. Good night, everybody.
That's it.
See you next time.
That's it.
Yeah, bye.
Well,
I mean,
we'll start with the bold.
Hey, but did you guys see? Speaking of bold, I'm sorry to but I came across something just before I came on studio, and I was wondering if you guys saw it on Twitter, that B&B and GH beat out the Y&R demographic.
Yeah. Yep.
I totally missed your question, David, because I had to put myself on mute because the dog was barking. So can you please repeat that?
The dog knows something's up.
I guess so.
Yes, the dog knows. Before I
question?
came into the studio, I wondered if you saw on Twitter, I think it was on Twitter, that B&B and GH beat out the Y&R demographic.
No, I did not see that because I have not been on social media today.
It was just
wow.
just a little while ago, yeah.
Yep.
All righty then. Then that's maybe a hint to Y&R that they need to fix a couple things?
Well,
I think they're fixing them.
They're slowly fixing them. The way I see it is Bold and Beautiful gets most improved soap of the year, in my opinion. Bold has been doing what I like to call classic soap 101, because they're doing a story that is taking out the pages of like 80s, early 80s, late 90s to me.
Right.
And it's been fairly decent, and I've been saying between Bold and Days, when the daytime Emmys come around, because, around this time is when people are getting their submissions together, don't be surprised if Bold dominates. I mean, Days will dominate too, but Bold will, don't sleep on Bold. Don't sleep on Bold and Beautiful fans. Like, you miss a moment, you miss a lot. I feel like that should be a slogan for all the folks.
And that says a lot, too, because, there were even times back in the days where, we had more soaps on and whatever. If you missed a couple days or whatever, you could turn it back on and you still knew what was going on. But things are moving quicker now. And, don't blink. So with Bold, I started to make notes, but actually my only note for Bold is dead ? Thomas. So go.
This is I love you, Bold. I love you. You know this. This is what I'm talking about, folks. So on Bold and Beautiful, we all know Thomas Forster has been a little bit Lifetime movie crazy. If you watch Lifetime movies, you know what I'm talking about. His obsession to destroy the Logans stems from Hope, obviously. Over the course of a couple of weeks, we've seen Thomas also kind of use and emotionally abuse, let's not even joke, this is emotionally abuse, Douglas into the situation of that. Everything that has happened between Thomas and Hope is Douglas's fault. Hope, however, wants to get Douglas out of that situation, so she and Brooke came up with a little plan to get Thomas to sign over custody to Douglas, unbeknown to Liam. So the big thing is that Thomas wants Hope. He is obsessed with Hope, eyes, ears, nose, toes, feet, obsessed with Hope. And they go into the factory, into the Forster warehouse, I believe. And if you guys were watching, Charlie and everybody was saying there's acid. They kept bringing that up during that week.
And the famous last words were, "Oh, don't worry, nothing will happen. We're watching this." Right there, you knew something was going to happen.
Right. So then at the warehouse, Thomas and Hope was there. Over by, the rail was the only thing that separated them. Thomas was trying to reason with Hope. Hope is like, no, you did something to Douglas. I want Douglas. And Thomas is like, well, if you, slept with me and stuff like that, and next thing you know, he moves in for a kiss, and quick reflexes, Hope, she moved, and Thomas fell in. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, and that's when I let out my first audible gasp in I don't know how long since watching soaps where like, oh no, that did not just happen. You know? It's like, holy cannoli.
So you have Hope kind of just in disbelief because she's like, oh my gosh, you know, that's acid. You know, that is what we're believing is acid. She's freaking out. She's freaking out the fact that she killed Thomas. And when I'm just going to say this, bravo, Bold and the Beautiful. Bravo. Because here's the thing, out of the 4 soaps, Bold and Beautiful every couple of years, I'm going to say every other year, it doesn't happen like annually. They don't do sweeps, first and foremost. Let me put that out there. Bold and Beautiful is the only soap that does not do November, February, and all those kind of sweeps. They don't. What they do is they go back to the definition of Cliffhanger Friday, which is, first and foremost, if you've been watching Bold and Beautiful for the last couple of years, you know that the number one thing is don't believe the spoilers. What I mean by that is they may go ahead and put out a spoiler and completely change the game because people are believing it. Now, it was told that there was going to be a major death on Friday's episode. You guys all saw it. You know, you probably retweeted it. You called your friends up and said, oh, my God, who is going to be? And, you know, on that Friday, Thomas fell over. Do we think he's dead or not? Bold, no, you got people talking. Yes, you got people talking. We don't know if he is. I don't think he's alive. I mean, I don't think he's dead. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think he's hiding out, and he's going to psych Hope out. And that's like, oh my God, this show is so good right now. This is a good show.
I don't know what to believe, to tell you the truth, because I just keep thinking that it had to be acid because they were just cleaning the stuff out today and saying that, you know, they were using the water or whatever to clean it out, that all the acid was now gone. So why wouldn't it have been there when Thomas fell in? There's no possible way in reality that if that was acid, he could have climbed out of there and is hiding out somewhere because he would be really, really burnt. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, it's just like...
And it depends how long
I don't know.
that they think he's been there, or if he was able to jump out of there, we don't know.
Yeah, but they said that, I mean, we're talking industrial acid here. You saw that how fast it cleaned, and it says, Charlie said, it would eat a body in seconds. So...
See, they're throwing those little things out there, though. That's the best part is that, you know, you had the one guy in the lab who I think was Thomas. I think the person that they talked to in the yellow coat and whatnot is Thomas. I think that maybe Thomas did have some scarring, and I hope they play that out, that, you know, he didn't come out all perfect. You know, he has, you know, scars and marks and stuff. But they're like... They're dropping the hint that, Thomas may be dead. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, soap opera 101. I mean, I'm going to take a page out of Days. Nobody dies. On Bold and Beautiful, I don't trust the spoilers. I don't. Because, again, like I said, you know, when they said, the one that stands out to me is when they said Thorne returns home to take Allie home. And we come to find out Allie died. And Thorne came home for the funeral. Or with Maya, like Bold and Beautiful does this, and it's getting people talking. Like I applaud them for doing that because for a while, you know, Bold and Beautiful was, let's be real, lacking some kind of entertainment because they were revolving around the trio. Now we have an umbrella storyline, and we have action. We have a soap villain. You know, it wasn't the villain that everybody expected because everybody's like, oh, Thomas Forster would never do that. Okay, yeah, right. But this is, oh, my God, this is really a good storyline. And to see Hope, she has anger. She's disturbed right now because as much as she loves Douglas and whatnot, she also probably killed the father. You know, she's also doing something behind Liam's back, which is, you know, getting the adoption. I mean, this, oh my God. And if Anika Noel does not submit none of this stuff for the daytime Emmys, I will do it for her.
Yeah, we'll just have to go and smack her upside the head and say, girl, what's wrong with you? Get it in there.
I mean, she's going to have a lot of material.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is such a classic soap. And if Thomas is...
You know who else it should be submitting is the little boy that plays Douglas.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. Yes. Well, Daddy told me I can call Hope my mommy. Mommy! This story is giving me... This story, this is like old school. This is like James Stanback kind of stuff. Like, you know, with Barbara and James Stanback. You know, that's what it's feeling like. Like, and for those who don't know who I'm talking about, shame on you. Go on YouTube. I mean, this is no. I mean, like, Bold and Beautiful has. I mean, like I said, I know Bold and Beautiful got a lot of heat for the last couple of months and couple of years of just, you know, doing one side story. But this story that's happening after the reveal of that baby, it became an umbrella storyline that has touched Brooke and Ridge. Obviously, you know, Liam and Steffi to me, and I know there's Liam and but they've kind of become the secondary characters now. And it's about Hope, and it's about Thomas, and it's just, I mean, you got Pam, you got Charlie in this. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, like, what's happening here? It's, I'm telling you, I don't think Thomas is dead. I think he's going to pop up when you least expect it. He's going to scare the crap out of me.
There's part of me that believes that, and the other part is like, how, you know? But again, it's a soap opera. So. Well, anything else on Bold that you'd like to mention? I mean, really, that's the main storyline at this point.
That is it.
The main story.
So,
but the thing is, with what Candice mentioned in our earlier shows, that they are doing their best to try to tell more than one story at a time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's not what's going on, really.
One whole story. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's, you know, all revolving around Hope and Thomas and Douglas. So we'll see how it goes. But, you know, right now it's good, and I hope it stays that way. Okay, so moving on to Y&R. I made some notes. Okay, first of all, we have politics. The first category is politics. We have Nick. And did I read it right read it by not literally reading it, but in my mind. Jack is pretty much the one that's helping Nick with the politics to be a politician.
Yeah.
Yep, for city council.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nikki is also kind of supporting Nick's ambitions. You see what I did there, Jamie, in case you hear Jamie getting his ambitions?
Yeah, right. It's back.
Trying to help him with this new career path choice of becoming a politician. I'm trying to sound excited about this storyline, and I can't.
Well, I'm waiting to see where it leads, because I'm just glad that Nick is getting into something instead of just roaming around Genoa City, you know, and doing pretty much nothing. So I'm glad that he's getting some kind of career going again, and who knows what could stem from, you know, the politics of Genoa City. He might have to go after his own dad again. Who knows? I mean, you just don't know. So I'm just waiting. I'm not really going to state a specific opinion at this time about it. My next heading is In Trouble and Saved. We have Chelsea, Adam, Connor, and Abby. And that was a good bit of excitement for a moment. I wish it would have played out a little bit longer. And I'm really disappointed that Jeffrey Parisi was only on for a short time, because I absolutely love him.
I thought he was going to be on longer, to be honest with you. The way that they set it up, I thought, oh, my gosh, she's coming to, Young and the Restless. I already had him hooked up with Phyllis. I had it all planned out. I had it all planned out, and when I realized that they were only doing a casting stint, which, Young and the Restless and this go around, they've been doing a lot of that, and I'm not understanding when you have potential for some of these characters. I mean,
well, to me, you don't pick somebody like Jeffrey Parisi to do that.
Right. I mean,
you don't.
Thing,
I mean, he's somebody that deserves a solid storyline for a long time. And, if you're going to just pick somebody to blackmail her and then threaten to kill her, you pick somebody, fresh out of the gate of acting and just throw him in there as a bad guy for a minute.
I'm looking at the track record. I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping because, like I said, Young and the Restless doesn't really do. I mean, I look at, and I know Pam is going to be like, yes. When you have, Gordon Thompson on there, you don't just use him for, 3 days and call it a day. No.
Right.
The same thing with Jeffrey. I mean, I'm hoping that, down the line he returns and cause havoc, have him and Ian Ward come out of jail and cause trouble for GC. But yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about that story because, again, I thought Jeffrey was going to play a character that was going to have long-term range and kind of, really get under Chelsea's skin because obviously they're setting up the Chelsea and Adam reunion. Duh.
Right.
So I just wish it was, I think, yeah. And then you have Abby. Okay, go girl, get some usage. Love you, Abby.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And I have to say that everything Connor has been through, just in the last year or so, that if you think Adam is messed up, wait till that boy grows up.
Well, that's why you have a new psychiatrist. That's why you have a new psychiatrist, Pam, in the GC. Don't you know you have a new psychiatrist? I would like to give a shout out to Sharon. Sharon is now a psychiatrist, y'all. The girl. I'm going to say this. Out of the writing regime that we've had, starting Sally, Kay, Mal, all of them, the one thing I will say, even though there was times where I was worried, I was like, what are y'all doing with Sharon? I must admit, I like the fact that they kept her on a straight and narrow, and she worked hard, and she's now a psychiatrist.
Yes, and I feel like she's getting redemption. It's just she's been the battered woman for so long, and now finally she's going to be able to do some good and intermingle with other characters, and we'll see what comes of it. But I do enjoy that she stayed on the straight and narrow, as you said, and finished her degree, and now she's a full-fledged psychiatrist.
I hope we see more of her, seeing her through do her clinical testing, because I know they have to go. I want to see her if she meets a professor or something that might turn her head from Ray a little bit or something like that.
Hey, you leave Ray and Sharon alone.
Exactly.
Thank you, Candice. Thank you.
I want them.
But
I feel as though I know there's some people who may not be on the Sharon and Ray boat. I know that, but I do feel as though, I will say this. I'm going to meet you halfway, David. I do feel as though, and I say this all the time. How come Nick can get all the love interest and Sharon is always stuck between Nick and this person, and that's it. Take away Ray, it's Adam. Take away Adam, it's Jack. Who knows? So I would love to see, other people. I always say that it should be equal on these soaps as far as romances goes and love interest. So I can see a professor. I will meet you halfway. She's with Ray, but then you have somebody else who catches her eye or may, kind of look and say, this is an interesting woman without having a secret agenda.
Right.
I can go for that.
Yeah, but I still like, let's put it this way, I wanted her with Ray for a while. I mean, they were only together for a minute when they broke up, and so I want to see where this goes for a little bit. And then who knows, with her daughter coming back, that maybe she'll get in the middle of it and, somehow messed it up or the relationship up, even though she likes Ray. Who knows how she's going to come back as. And speaking of coming back, so we have to go to Chance, because Chance was involved in that trouble thing and saving people and whatever. I'm happy about it. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, but I'm pretty happy with it.
Chance and Abby or Chance and Phyllis?
Hey, you leave my two idea couples that I posted on social media.
Yeah, that's where I'm taking him from, Candice.
I know. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Hello?
Candice? She's still on. Oh, no.
See, you ruined it, and she probably just hung up on you.
She's still on as live.
I know.
Yeah.
Candice, did you mute yourself? What did you do?
That's the same thing that happened with you there.
Oh, boy.
Candice Mack, I'm afraid to do something. Let me see. No. Maybe you should do it. Oh, she dropped.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she'll call back in. Hopefully, it's not like last time. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's crazy what goes on with the either the phone system or Blog Talk or the weather or who knows what. Although her weather's not bad.
Yeah, it's just cold.
So, in the meantime, what do you think about Chance?
I was pleasantly surprised. I know what you were mentioning when we were talking off screen there, that you were seeing the same thing I was, that there were a lot of people saying that he looked too old for the part.
But you know what? I want to say that the pictures are deceiving, because when I saw him on the show, he's not too old. He did not look too old. They need to put out a better picture of him. I think he fits right in.
He does, and it's nice to see that family represented again.
Yeah.
I hope this means more Jill.
Right, that's what I'm hoping. Well, Colin is supposed to come back and make an appearance.
Yeah.
I saw something that I had posted that Tristan Rogers is making an appearance on YNR. So I'm sure it has to do with, the will and stuff like that, which I'd like to talk about with Candice, but where did she go?
Where did she go? She hasn't come back yet. Okay. No? Oh, wait, and I don't even have my messenger on, so wait a minute. Do you have yours on?
Yeah, and you should have yours on.
I think.
And just for our listeners, that's the way we communicate while we're doing the show.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Like, in cases like this where we lose somebody, we reach out on Messenger and say, where are you? What happened?
I know. Oh, wrong one. That's Twitter. Don't want
Okay, here she goes. Candice, quit pulling the Casper, would you?
Well, you know what? I think it's Mrs. Chancellor trying to tell me, Candice, go ahead and finish your conversation here. Love you, Jeannie Cooper. No, but what I was saying is that I think, with Chance, I want them to do. I would love to see where they take this character at as far as chem testing. I would love to see. We already kind of seen Amanda and Chance for a little bit. You got Abby and Chance. Why not go with Phyllis and Chance? I mean, that would be. I mean, I wouldn't mind. But so far, I'm liking it. I like how it's also tying into the Kane storyline.
Right. That's what we were talking about, too, with just before you came back. I said, that Tristan Rogers was going to make an appearance as Colin. So I'm imagining that would tie into Catherine's will, which ties back into Chance and Kane and, everybody involved.
And more Jill.
And Devon.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and I mean, we kind of suspected it was Colin because when Amanda had said, because we thought it was Chance. But then when Amanda said the old guy, it was like, okay, Colin. Like, that has to be, and, obviously, I think this may be Daniel's final story arc before he leaves. And I know that, there's been a lot of things said here and there. I'm going to say this. I like the fact that they're kind of going back to Kane's original storyline.
Yeah, the roots of his.
And I'm glad he explained it, too, when he was talking to, I want to say it was
Nate.
No, I forgot who he to Nate, thank you, when he was, explaining the whole situation. And I was like, yeah, that's how it started. This is how the whole will situation happened. I mean, I know we don't like the fact that they've been messing with it, but if they can go ahead and do this storyline, I'm okay as long as, they tie it up and, I don't want nobody to get killed or shot or even gone to jail, except for Colin.
Well, I'm thinking that possibly Colin, makes his appearance and fills in Kane that he is behind it and to keep his mouth shut if he wants to keep the money and that money keeps bugging Kane because he set up all these
the trust for the kids.
Trust and for the kids. So he's like, so I never have to worry about my kids and they don't have to worry about anything and whatever. And so that keeps him into that, wanting to keep the money. And then eventually it gets found out, and that's when he leaves with his tail behind his legs or between his legs or whatever you want to call it.
I'm just hoping, I'm going to be honest with you, half of me is like, I hope Kane's not in on this.
Me too.
I mean, it will go back to, like I said, it would go back to his original, con artist storyline, but I will say because he has, I hope, grown from when he stole money from his children, that he wouldn't do that, especially to Devon. Even though him and Devon weren't, necessary buddies, they were family. And I'm hoping that Young and the Restless isn't going to truly destroy Kane. I will say that. I hope they don't do that to Kane. Like, oh, yeah, by the way, Colin and Kane knew about all this. Kane was lying the whole time. I'm like, really? So, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I'm going to be one of those people that are going to miss Daniel on The Young and the Restless.
I am too.
13 years of watching him, that's a character that you're attached to. And anybody long-term like that, you hate to see them leave, whether it be their choice or somebody else's choice. You just don't want them to leave. And they've made an impact on your life, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. And when I say life, I mean your viewing life, So, and plus he's, in real life, he's such a nice guy, too.
Yeah,
I love
and
the
we
show.
don't know what the drama is behind that. We can only guess because we.
Well, and I'm not even going to guess. I'm not even going to guess on that. And who knows, he may be back in the future. This could be short term, this could be long term. It might not be, he might not come back at all, but we can only hope.
I just want to point out there's one thing that I will always remember him by, the actor, and it was this one year of the Emmy Awards that this one teacher out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Elkhorn, do you remember this? She noted that Daniel Goddard was one of her favorite things, and I don't know how it got out there to him, but he helped make it possible for her to come to the awards and present with him.
Yep.
I remember that. That kind of is in my head, and I kind of don't remember. It's got to be a long time ago, right?
That was the year.
It was
the year Chad Duell won.
Let's put it that way.
It was the year that Chad Duell won for General Hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was
that
that year.
That's the award they presented. Yeah, it was that year. It was right after Hollow Wedding. So I want to say it was 2015, 2016, I think. Yeah.
So it had to been televised then? Was it televised?
Was either on, I think it was on Pop TV.
Pop?
I think it was the year that Pop TV had it. Yep.
Where Tyra Banks was doing it. Right?
Yeah, because that's when they had that goofy. I remember this for some reason when Freddie Smith, Christopher Sean, and God, who was the one before Chandler came back that played Will?
Guy Wilson.
Yeah, Guy Wilson. When they did The Price is Right spoof.
Oh yeah.
How the heck do I remember? Yeah, see, that tells you I need to sit down somewhere and read a book.
Get into another world, so to speak.
Hey, I actually have another world's book, so I might be reading that tonight. Thank you. But yeah, I agree with you. Daniel Goddard, he is such an ambassador, and I always say that about a lot of the soap actors who really support the shows, good through the good and the bad. Mm-hmm. And he has helped a lot of viewers. I mean, obviously, if you follow on social media, he was doing the Cane Challenge, where you were getting, kind of taking, make it like a change in your healthy lifestyle, which he stopped doing, and I don't know why. Daniel, why did you do it? But yeah, he is one of those, whether you have different views on how he, handled things, one thing is that he did rep for the show. Again, like I said, is in your opinion of how you want to take that. But yeah, I am going to miss Daniel. I've seen fans, saying him to come over to the other shows. I still say that he should be EJ on Days of Our Lives, but that's just me. I know some people saying General Hospital. I saw people saying bring Kane over to Bold and Beautiful and hook him and Steffi up.
Yes, I saw that.
Well, that was a rumor going around about him going to Bold. So yeah,
right.
I wouldn't be hurt by that. And Steffi did just mention the other day that she's ready to date and she's on some app, so.
Right. So, but the Steffi's going to be with Carter.
Is it slide left for the one you want and you see Daniel's picture or what?
Kane Ashby. Ooh, he's single with 3 kids. Ooh, la la, yes. He has drama. Oh, right. He would be perfect.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I can't. If they were to do that, let me see. I'm gonna come up with a ship name for the Cassie. Wait. No. Kathy? Would it be Kathy?
Kathy.
No, Kathy.
Kathy.
Yep. Craffy. Yep. There you go, folks. We're gonna try to. Yeah. It's just that would be interesting. That would keep it in the Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful crossover history.
Or it could it could be Stain, Stane.
Good one.
Oh, good one.
But but for some reason, like, I can totally see, like, even when they said, when, I was, because I made this tweet to him. I said, when one door closes, another one opens. Hold your head up high and go through it to new opportunities. And the thing is that if he was to go on days, like I said, I can see him as an EJ. He just has that EJ-ness about him.
I could too, and he has the accent, so
right.
That would work. That would work for me. It would give me. It would take me a minute though, because he's been Kane for so long.
Right, used to him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. It also depends on how quickly he can convince you that he is EJ. Because I always take Jason Thompson. I take Jason Thompson as the best example. 1 week prior, before he came on Young and the Restless, he was Dr. Patrick Drake. The next week, he was, day one, he was Abbott. He was all Billy Abbott. I'm like, my God. Like, it usually takes somebody a couple of weeks, months, maybe a year.
I got to disagree with you there. I got to disagree with you. Yes. I mean, he's Billy now, but it took me a long time to see him as Billy.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. It was just like he just like, I think it was the mannerism for me, because I looked at him and I was like, okay, he's not like Patrick was. Like, it was just a certain way he was portraying the role. I mean, it was the same thing for even with Billy Miller in a sense, But regarding Daniel, I am going to miss Kane. Hopefully they don't destroy his character. That's all I can say. Is I hope they don't destroy it by saying, oh, he was in on this scam.
Right.
Because then I'm going to be going to California.
Yeah. Booking a flight. Let's go.
There you go, folks.
So, let's see. As far as The Young and the Restless, I'm trying to think. I didn't make any more notes on it. What do you think of Adam and Chelsea getting back together?
I hope it's a slow burn.
I mean, we kind of knew that this was going to happen. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. I mean, the thing is that it's Chelsea, it's Adam. I mean, I don't even know what else to say except that we kind of knew that they were going to be back together and that they were going to set up the triangle of Chelsea, Nick, and Adam, which they were, I'm going to say this. When Justin Hartley left the show, I kind of felt slighted because I was thinking, when, Nick and Chelsea did hook up, I was like, dang, y'all missed the opportunity to have Adam in that. Like, that would have been really interesting, if Nick made a play for Chelsea and they were together and then you had Adam. So I think the show has probably listened to the fans and like, it would have been more interesting if you had Adam in the mix and have Chelsea kind of torn between the regret of not having Adam like in her life and kind of having a substitute. There, I said it. But also, the factor of Connor. Connor is like, Nick's not my dad, Adam's my dad. Like, so that plays on her too. So I'm interested, but I kind of knew that this was going to happen. I agree. I hope it's a slow burn, and I want maturity out of this. I don't want it to be like, okay, Nick, you boo-hooing and crying. Chelsea, you're like, well, I made a decision a long time ago. And Adam is like, I knew you would come back to me. Like, I knew you were going to come back to me because you always come back to me. Like, don't have that cockiness. Like, have it a slow, like, let this be about Connor. Start it out with what's best for Connor, and then have Chelsea have her moment where she's torn. Does she want to be with Nick or does she want to be with Adam? Have Nick, who's going into being a politic, Lord Jesus, figure out that, okay,
Stop
I'm going to be a
I
politic.
like Nick.
Well, here's the thing. I like Nick, too, but this is such a throwback to when Josh Griffin wrote for Nikki and Jack being senators for the DC, and it never, and, you know, from my understanding, neither one of them liked that story. But the thing is that with Nick, I hope he realizes that if he's with Chelsea, that they're going to go in the media about Chelsea's past, which is probably going to be the issue between Nick and Chelsea. Is like, okay, look, I'm trying to be a politician, and your past is coming up, and I can't have that. But if I was Chelsea, I would throw it in his face. You're a Newman. You're a Newman. Like, there's no drama. You're a Newman. And then, so I'm kind of wondering where Josh is going to go at with this. So yeah, but I kind of knew they were going to bring Adam and Chelsea back into each other's orbit.
Right. Okay. So. Well, if nothing else on Y&R, then we're going to move on to GH because I want to save Dave for last.
I have one thought.
Wait a minute.
I have one thought.
Yeah, I did too for Young and the Restless.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is it that one? All right. The thing is, that last scene where Chance sees Adam, I think it was cut off. I saw it the day I saw it. I didn't see it today. I saw it on the Canadian one.
I haven't seen today's either. Well,
okay. Well, they see each other. I think that was the last scene. Candice, did they acknowledge each other?
No. So here's the deal. Okay, so this is why I've been waiting for Young and the Restless to bring Chance on, because if you've been listening to Adam's story, Chance has done a lot for Adam. Like, you know, Adam bailed him out, and then Chance, you know, needed to repay his debt, I guess. So I'm curious about that, because I know there was 2 rewrites, Josh. Josh, you don't think we watched the show, but we do. There was 2 rewrites in the Chance and Adam story, because I'm like, Adam would have to know Chance, but apparently, you know, because Adam was faking amnesia. So I'm kind of curious about that relationship, as far as, you know, is Adam under some kind of protection? Is Chance, you know, doing his dirty work? But I want to point this out to our listeners who watch Young and the Restless. Theo is not an Abbott; he's a Brooks. That's all. So that's all I got to tell you. Like, I've seen so many people saying Theo's an Abbott. He's going to take over Jabot. And I'm like, no, he's not. He can't. I said he is a Brooks. The only thing that Young and the Restless, Josh, you're going to need to do this. Jamie Lee Bower is available if you want to bring her on to bring back the Brooks history. You can even ask Jill. Jill was married to Stuart Brooks for a hot minute.
Yes.
So you can use that instead of trying to say he's an Abbott. He's not an Abbott. He is only a Brooks, and he's Dina's grandchild. That's it. He's only half of a half to everybody on the Abbott side. Yes, I know people wanted Theo and Abby. I know y'all wanted Tabby. I know. But it's okay, because, you know, this is going to set up, please let this be what they're setting up to Lola, Kyle, and Summer, and Theo. I've been patiently waiting for them to get this right, and now they have it, and let's go.
That's it.
Seems so.
And close scene.
And close scene, and Theo gets a job offer.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen that yet, so I can't even discuss it.
And Chloe and Chance, I need some redemption. Yeah, I need that. I need just a scene with Chance and Chloe. That's all I asked for, because that was my last ship that I've ever shipped on the soap, was Chance and Chloe. That was actually it. Yep. So that's all I got. Okay, moving on to GH.
All righty. So I have several titles on this one. I have Back, which would be Nicholas and Anna. I was starting to wonder if Anna was ever coming back, and I am so happy. I am so happy to see her face back in Port Charles. And let me say that, and I tweeted this, I think this is the first time ever that I have accepted a new face as a character that has been on our screen for many years, and that would be Marcus as Nicholas. I don't know what it is about him, but from day one, I accepted him as Nicholas, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm there for it.
I am too. And you can even ask
Candice
Laura
is
West.
too quiet. Go ahead, David.
I'm not too quiet. I'm just listening to you guys. I'm just over here listening.
That's when it's
Morris
dangerous.
Screen
Go ahead.
tested. Morris screen tested with all the
with him.
all the Nicholas's wannabes, and she found him to be the best one. So they do get a say in that, and I can tell you there was another one who gets a say. Donnell says he chose Brianna out of all the ones. So I think the one they screen test with, they do. It sounds like they do get a say, and it goes a long way with them. Sometimes they'll agree with them, and sometimes they won't. But that's 2 for 2. On that case.
Well, right, they do that because we've obviously heard the story about Shamar Moore and Christoph St. John. So
right.
First and foremost, I'm applauding, and this has been a very long time coming. I'm applauding General Hospital. I'm applauding the fact that they're, I guess because, Dan O'Connor, who's the co-head writer, is making some changes. He's addressing the history of the show. I like the fact that, we've been waiting for Nicholas Castellan to return. And,
forever.
I like the fact, forever and a day. And I love the fact that they sneaked this in. I love it. I love that we had no forewarning. It was a Friday. Cliffhanger Friday. I'm telling you, folks, it happened.
Yeah, it was
there
a Friday.
You go. That's what we need every Friday.
Right. You need a surprise. And I like the fact that we have Nicholas coming back with kind of a vendetta. He first and foremost, I love the fact that it was with Ava. He had his scenes with Ava. But any Nicholas and Ava fans who felt jilted, like I did, I love the fact that she was the first person to see him. I love the fact that, they have Jax in this, Hayden and Jax, because Nicholas was connected. Hayden was his ex-wife. Jax took his child. Y'all remember that. Spencer was not Spencer at first. It was John.
That.
I like what we're going at with this. I love the fact that, now Carly knows.
I know. It's like, oh, my God, Carly knows.
I'm like, really? This is seriously me. This was seriously me when I was watching. I was like, of course Carly and Sonny would have to be in part of this because, no offense, I love Carly on a good day. But I'm like, okay, not everything has to be Carly and Sonny knowing about it. Like, this could go on under their noses. But I agree. Laura has to know. And it goes back to that psychic when the psychic said one of your sons is in trouble. And I want to see the reaction to Laura seeing Nicholas again. I want to see how everybody else's reaction is going to be. So far, I like Marcus. I've seen him in other things, and I know that he can do it. I'm going to say this real quick to our listeners because I feel as though I have to be the public service announcer because Anthony is not here. Here's the thing. People, they brought back a legacy character. It may not have been who you thought it was going to be or should have been, but GH is bringing back legacy characters. They're bringing back Nicholas Castellan. How many years have we been saying we needed Nicholas Castellan to take down Valentine? Lord knows we've said it so many times. You know,
we've been saying it since Nicholas left the canvas. So there you
go. Right. You know, they're bringing back Amanda Sutton, who was on One Life to Live as Kim, is playing Brooklyn. Guys, we're bringing back the Quartermaines.
Yes,
Look at how
Lord.
Soap Jesus is working.
Yes.
So before you guys complain, be grateful because it could have went. I mean, well, Soap Twitter complains on it all the time, but still. Regarding Nicholas, I can't wait to see what they're going to do because I do want the showdown between Nicholas and Valentine to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you know what I absolutely love, and it's probably because he's one of my favorites, is Ingo Radmacher, being right in the middle of all this with a meaty, juicy storyline, because he surely did not get that in recent years, and also on Bold.
Well, we don't talk about Bold with Ingo. We're gonna pretend we're gonna have amnesia and pretend it didn't happen because moving on. But yeah, I think with Ingo, with Jax, the thing that I always had issues with is that he was a doormat to Sonny, and I always said, you know, like again, if you watch. Right. If you watch classic GH, you remember Jax was equal. He was not a pushover. He was an equal partner. So I kind of like that they have it. I like the fact that Hayden's involved in it.
Yeah.
Because that's his ex-wife, and I keep telling people that. I'm like, yes, Nicholas and Hayden was married, folks. And then she got shot, and then she went into a coma, and that was not funny, but it was like, wow. So, yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far.
I am, too.
Yes,
I am, too. I'm really, really excited about this. The only thing is, now we have another kind of meaty, juicy thing because of Nicholas, Ava seeing Nicholas. She's now in the nut house.
Well, you know, sometimes it's always nice to check in with your mental state. Look, Mara West can play any type of craze phrase on these shows.
I love her. I mean, she just plays whatever they give her. She plays it to the T. When I saw her call Trina Kiki, and she's like, "Oh, it must be the meds," and she's like, "Oh, I still need some rest," you know, whatever. It's like, I love this. Because you know, when she finds out that Nicholas is really alive, you know it's going to hit the fan, right? Yes, I did in this crazy house for nothing. Oh, it's going to be good.
And I like it. I like the fact that Nicholas is upset with her and saying that she gets what she deserves because she
Candice?
Candice?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I just want to make sure. All right.
Yeah, I like it because, you know, she was more concerned about her face than at that time than helping out Spencer. And you know how Spencer feels. Spencer comes out directly and, you know, and he tells it like it is, and Nicholas feels the same way right now. So I like that part. And I like to see what happens if there's going to be a Nicholas and Ava pairing down the road. If it'll ever happen. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to go with this. I'm just enjoying. I mean, I really am enjoying GH right now. Make sure you guys make sure this is recorded. Make sure this is recorded. Okay.
Yo, Carlavati, Valentini. I mean, Valentini, are you listening? This is the first time Candice has said this, and I don't know how long.
It's been a while.
So there you go.
It's been a while.
Things are going in the right direction. She no longer is. She's no longer got her pen to paper for that divorce.
Well, it's still pending. It's still pending because I'm going to not put all my eggs in one basket because, I mean, here's the thing. Even though I'm seeing certain things change, by bringing back legacy characters and showcasing your vets, I mean, obviously with Brooklyn coming back, we're going to see more Ned and Olivia. I'm fine with that. I'm loving that. I want to see, this has only been the first 2 weeks, so I want to see what happens at the end of the year. I want to see if they're going to really change, and by change, I mean tie up some storylines that has been dragging on for so long, a.k.a. the baby storyline.
Right.
My heart breaks for Lucas. I know we haven't touched this yet. But okay, wait a minute. Here's another reason why I'm excited about GH. The scene with Tony Jones. I know we haven't talked about it.
God, yeah.
Oh my God. Tears.
But here's the thing. This is why I get irritated. This is one of the reasons I got irritated with GH. When I saw the scenes with Tony Jones and Lucas, I said out loud, why the F, GH, did you kill off Tony Jones when there was so much more you could have done with him? I say the same thing every time they have Stuart Damon come on as Alan Quarterman. I'm like, what the F were y'all thinking?
Right.
And when the scenes with, Tony and Lucas, and I'm like, oh, man, Tony. But the scene that broke me, that broke my heart, that I'm going to cry talking about it, is when Bobby was looking at Tony's picture, and Tony came up and gave her a hug.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you were not a General Hospital fan, okay, if you haven't been a General Hospital fan for a long time, you probably didn't understand that moment. Let me break it down as a longtime fan. When I saw that, all of the history of Bobby and Tony just flashed right past my mind. I had automatic. The BJ Hart storyline, when Carly, when Bobby found out Tony slept with Carly, when Tony was sick, when Tony had, it was like history just went by, and I'm like, oh my God, this was an iconic moment, and I'm like, I don't know if I can't cuss I can't cuss. I was like, dang it, GH. This is why you shouldn't have killed off certain characters, because of these moments. I could totally imagine Tony being all up in this whole Brad and Lucas thing, or him and Julian going back and forth about the well-being of Lucas. I could see Bobby and I can see those moments, and it does suck that if this was Days of Our Lives, I wish that they would have a doctor who can bring back Tony Jones to life.
Okay, and that's what I've been writing all over social media. All over. I've been writing it all over. We need Tony back from the dead, plain and simple. That's it. Boom. He's got to be brought back. As a matter of fact, I gave a storyline. I want to say it was on Brad's Instagram. And I can't think of what it is right now. I have to look and see what I wrote. But I was like, okay, you can use this storyline, to bring him back from the dead. We need him. We want him. And that's all there is to it. Just get him back. I don't care how you do it. There's so much to tell. Oh my God, when I saw him, and like you said, first of all, I got choked up when he was talking with Lucas, but then when they hit us with the Bobby scene, that was it for me. And you know that I am not a crier, and it takes a whole lot. And I was not doing the ugly cry, but I had a couple tears come down my face, so it's like, just reminds me of so much from back in the day. Oh my gosh, we need them back. That's all there is to it. I don't care how they do it. I don't care if it's the most unbelievable storyline ever. He was abducted by aliens from Cassie and whatever from Days, and they took him and they decided to drop him off in Port Charles instead. I don't care. Just do it.
They put his body in
like they froze his
what
body
they call that? In the frozen.
Right.
They froze him when he died. What was it? Was that from the monkey?
It was like that virus, and
Yeah, I didn't see all of that, so I'm seeing.
I did.
I was watching it on YouTube the other day when he died, so I wasn't sure from what.
I mean, I even liked
they
it.
Brought up virus.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to talk about it because that was one of those moments where GH and me was really coming close to like I'm not gonna watch, but I'll still support and I'll watch it on clip. But I mean, those are the mistakes, and I mean, I'll be honest, those are those mistakes, especially when you watch it now. You kind of realize, dang, this character should not have been taken out. This character had room to grow. That's why sometimes, like, when these soaps, when a character leaves, like, I always say, I hope they don't kill them off because I just want them to shelve them.
Yeah.
If you don't have story for them now, come back a year later, you know, if the actor is available and put some new story into it because I was thinking about when I was watching Tony, you know, I'm thinking, my God, him and Carly scenes. Like, those would have been epic. Him and Laura Wright or him and Tamara or, you know, like him and Maxie, you know, when, you know, he would just look at her like on the anniversary of BJ or look at the kids and, you know, have that moment with Bob. Like there's so much that they could have done with Tony. I cried when Lucas said, I'm a doctor, by the way. I'm a doctor now.
Yes.
And Tony was like, really? Like, I'm like, oh my God. I was like, that's right. He didn't know. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh.
I know. I know. I can't even say it enough. We need him back somehow, some way.
Him and Laura Scenes. Him and Jeannie Francis. Come on now. Him and Leslie Charlton.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Him and Mac. Scotty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to go there anymore.
I know. Well, let's move along from that so we don't all end up balling here. I'm confused about something, and I don't know if I missed it or it just has not been said. Chloe Lanier, what's her name? No. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who the heck did she marry?
We don't know.
Yeah, I missed that.
She married
that's when my DVR
rich.
wasn't working.
No, they haven't revealed who. They haven't revealed who she's married to. All we know is it was an old guy who died. That's it.
And you know my initial thought was Shiloh, but when I heard old guy, it's like no, that's not it. So I don't even know. I can't even.
I thought it was Shiloh. I thought it was Shiloh for a hot second because of all the money. It was. But then I'm like, I was like, I don't think it's Shiloh because they would have made a bigger deal about it unless this was a lukewarm story idea that finally came through and Dan and them were going to kind of justify it and make it Shiloh, which I'm like, okay, that still wouldn't connect.
Maybe
but
had he stayed.
All right. Well, go ahead, Nell. Go ahead, rich girl. Hey, get Ted Martin to be your lawyer to get you out. Go ahead, Nell.
I have to say, of course, you know I'm a huge Michael Knight fan, so I don't care what he's doing. As long as they keep him on canvas, I'm extremely happy. I have to say one thing, it's very strange. And it was again with Young and the Restless to see him with all that white hair. It's like what you don't think about these people aging, you know.
No.
But didn't he have white hair? Didn't he have white hair like towards the end of All My Children's run on ABC?
Yeah, but not like that. It was more like, you know, in the
silver?
Salt and pepperish.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that much salt. It was more pepper, and it was like in the sideburns and that. You know what I mean? So
that's where Will has it.
Will who?
Will's got it. DeVry. When I saw him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just he's got so much hair. It just doesn't seem like it should be white. I don't know. It's just me, you know. I don't mind him with the white hair. It's awesome.
You used to young Tad.
Yeah, Tad the Cat. That's what you used to, Tad the Cat, baby.
Exactly.
Well, now he's Tad the lawyer. There you go.
Yeah. But I do love that they named him Martin. You know, that's a great thing that they did.
And the other thing,
what's the last name?
I missed.
What's his last name? Gray. You do realize that is, I'm going to say, Frank, Mark Tashner, and them, was that your way of either paying homage to All My Children and One Life to Live? Because obviously Ted Martin, and Gray, what was her name? Was it Carla Gray on One Life to Live?
Yeah,
I know there
Carla.
was
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm just gonna justify this to make it like y'all did do it, or if it was going to be Maria Gray and all of them. I don't know. Like, I just feel as though maybe you guys were honoring All My Children and One Life to Live. Frank, I know you love One Life to Live.
Well,
I wonder if that
my initial thought with Gray was from All My Children, though.
Right.
I didn't even think about One Life to Live, but that makes sense too.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, we're happy that you did it. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Even though I think
there's another thing I think I missed too.
Okay.
Did Martin call Valentine?
Yeah.
I hear things.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. See, that was the episode I missed.
Mhm.
About Nell and the money.
I think it was.
Didn't he say something like it's taken care of or something like that? So I don't know if we actually know what's going on there.
Mhm. It's one of those stay tuned to see what they're gonna do to justify the storylines.
Yeah.
That's where we're at with GH, is that they're trying to justify certain things. They're trying to wrap up things. They're trying to regroup, which is something we've been saying for the longest time, is GH needs to regroup, refocus, redo. So.
Yeah. Now,
so are we
I was
wondering,
wondering,
are we going to get the answer we want? So that people have been clamoring for now. With Anna coming back, is she coming back with the truth that Peter was Alex's child?
Again, that's one of those stories that I'm hoping Dan and justifies too, because
Chris got hell
like I said,
for it on Twitter, remember?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. To be honest, like right now, GH has about 4 stories that they need to get ready to close shop with. The first one is the baby storyline, and the next one should be this whole Drew Franco mind mapping storyline. The third one definitely has to be the Peter stuff. I'm going to say to stay tuned, because since there's a new writer, his material, Dan, here's the thing, for those who don't understand why, I'm pimping it out like this. Dan has been a long fixture in soaps. He, like Ron Carlivati, because they work together, he knows the history of the show, and he respects the history. Hence why, in the last couple of weeks, we've got a Cassadine, and we got Brooklyn coming back to town. What? You got Anna coming back. Like, you're getting some movement. So I would say is right now I want to see how. That's why I'm giving him. Well, I'm not giving him the end of the year, because you don't do it like that unless you want another show on CBS. Anyway, sorry. But I want to see where he takes it, because, like I said, that is a story that does need to wrap up. I think with Anna coming back, obviously they're putting her into the Hayden and Finn situation,
right,
which has been, that's been a story that needed to be wrapped up, and you get some movement with that. So, yeah, I'm hoping that Anna knows the truth and will say something, and maybe Kimberly McCullough can come on as Robin, and I can be happy.
Well, I want Peter to remain Anna's son. I don't want it to be Alex's son. I want it to remain. Yep.
But, okay, so would you like it if it was revealed that Robin and Peter were twins?
Oh, God.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
And he's Roberts.
Well, they can't do it. They can't reverse that. Because remember, Peter is older than Robin.
Yeah.
They said that. Peter is older than Robin. That's what kind of started it. If they would have said, I'm gonna justify it and try to rewrite this. If they would have said during the missing years of when Anna wasn't around, when we all thought she died, that she had Peter, that would have made sense. That would have made sense. But because they're now saying that Peter is older than Robin, and the way that Peter was conceived, knowing that Anna was a virgin, just saying, she was a virgin when she was with Robin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to say that Anna basically, I mean, if we're going to go there, let's go there. Basically, raped a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to say that?
I mean, he was drunk. I mean, she took advantage of him. I mean, there's no other. I mean, okay, I won't use that because that's a strong word. But apparently, I'm going to be honest. GH likes to throw that word around. But I will say that Anna took advantage of the situation, and she's kept this a secret for so long. This was so out of character that
that's what people.
That's what turned fans around. And the fact is that again, all my children fans, who watches General Hospital, we also could have, if they would have had Peter into a girl, just saying if it was a girl.
It could have been her daughter, right? From
the one that was
the one
from
she
David.
supposedly she lost.
So he lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't do it. So it's kind of like, all right, where did Peter come from? And of course, you're gonna do that. That it didn't gel well. I think if they would have said that he came after Robin, then okay, fine, that would have been great. But because they didn't do it, and they're and again, it could be Alex's because of the whole mind mapping thing. I would like for I'm going to say this. I would like for the relationship of Anna and Peter to continue, but I don't want it to be Anna's child. That's just my opinion because it's just like, all right, in the time of GH, when and where, I mean, you didn't even address it. And, they kind of ruined that in the sense,
Yeah, well, we're going to move on from GH and go to Days because we're getting close on time here. And I'm going to give you my headers and my little things. Oh, did you have something else about GH?
Keep supporting GH, Young and Restless, and Bold.
Thank you. Yeah,
okay. We ain't hit Days yet, but
I'm going to go through this, and then you can pick something to start with. All right, here we go.
All right, yeah.
We're going with Nuns, Lonnie and Kristen, Lost Baby, Kristen and Brady's, Dead, Adrian and Haley, Jail, Ben, Eve, Will, Supposedly Alive, Stefano, Mind Control, Hope, Still Evil, Gabby, Drug Addict, JJ, Out of a Coma, Jennifer. Those are all the headlines. Go.
Well, good grief.
Oh, Lord.
Well, good grief. Okay,
oh,
so
Lord.
I didn't know there was a reboot for Sister Sister. I didn't know there was a reboot for Sister. When I tell you, and
I was watching today. Yeah.
I saw yesterday's too because I went on online to watch it just because
Yeah.
And shout
I
out
haven't
to Dave.
seen today's.
Dave. Yeah, thank you, Dave, for doing that. Here's the thing. First and foremost, overall of this whole time jump story, I'm involved is so because you don't know. Like this is so again unpredictable. I love it. Classic soap.
Unpredictable. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh wait, I did see today's days because that's when I saw Lainey and Lainey and Kristen.
Lonnie.
That's when I saw them.
Yeah,
Lonnie.
You mean Sister Act too? Back in the habit?
Yeah, that one.
I'm gonna start this off with seeing them as nuns. I'm like, okay, which one of y'all is really faking it? And I'm like, okay, Lainey has to be undercover. She has to be undercover for some reason. I don't know. But when I saw her saying, "Oh man," and when she looked and she saw, and I saw Chris, I'm like, so what else? I'm like, okay, who's dreaming this? Because that's why I tweeted out. I said, please don't let Days of Our Lives be like Saint Elsewhere. For those who remember Saint Elsewhere, the finale of Saint Elsewhere, you know, I was born, but I didn't know until later on in life about what happened. And I'm just like, wow, her decision with Eli made her convent to the Lord. Like, amen. Like, okay. Like, I'm like, that's love. That's woo, Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
and we got clarity. I know why. We know why that JJ was staring bullets at Brady.
Well, let me first and foremost. Can I just say, whoa? Because I did not expect that. That shook me for a little bit. Because when they revealed that Haley was dead, I was like, what? Like,
well,
you know, I know
not only Haley, but Adrian. I mean, and Will being in jail. I mean, I'm like, what?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. There was certain spoilers and rumors that was coming out left and right, and people didn't believe, you know, of course, you know, Days kept their mouth shut, you know. And when I heard that Adrian was going to not make it, I'm like, what the hell happened, you know? But with Haley, I'm going to tell you why the Haley thing kind of shook me a little bit. Because I was like, all right, here's a character, whether you agree with this or not, that really didn't have much of a... She was just there, okay, and she was connected to, you know, JJ, and you know, we was all repping for JJ because this was his new life. Because prior to that, remember, JJ was going to commit suicide, and if it wasn't for Haley and love and all that stuff, he would have, you know, not been here. So, you know, I'm like going through it with JJ. I'm like, man, he had everything. You know, he was happy. His parents were back together. And then Jennifer goes into a coma. You know, well, I mean, Jack didn't know who he was. Abby left. You know, Jennifer went into a coma. And then this, and it explains so much of his downfall. And I'm like, my God. I'm like, JJ. Like, I was so sad for JJ. I felt JJ's pain. Because it's like, okay, I got all of this, and then it was taken away from me with Brady.
Yeah, and I'm so wondering, you know, I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. You know, he mentioned that it was because of Kristen that Haley was dead. So did Haley cause Kristen to lose the baby somehow, and then Kristen went and killed her? And that's where we're at now, right? I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Because when Brady said he started drinking again, when he broke down, by the way, Eric Martsoff, Emmy nod, get the submissions ready. When he broke down and he said the night of his baby's death, and I'm like, what? Because I had just remembered like a week prior when Brady, Kristen, and Eric was in the chapel, and she was like, she's trying to mend a lot of things because she doesn't want her baby to suffer. And I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, I need some clarification. Like, what happened to this baby? Because
and they showed flashback scenes of her being fully pregnant, like if she was 9 months pregnant. You know, when they were talking about it was either yesterday or today. I don't know. I watched it. So,
today.
you know, they showed her fully pregnant, so maybe she went to have the baby and Haley did something wrong. I don't know. I don't know.
I remember, I think in the promo, when they had showed the promo, I remember seeing the baby born. I remember seeing Eric and Kristen holding the baby.
Born. And maybe that was...
I saw that clip. So I don't know if that's coming up
that was a
tomorrow. Right. Like, I don't know, because they showed it so quickly. Like, I couldn't tell if they were, like, crying or happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was a stillborn. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that grabbed my attention real quick. I was like, wait, Haley died. The baby died? Like, wait, what? Like, I was like, okay, some people got to explain some things. You said about Ben and Will. My question is, why would you put those two in the same cell together? Ben tried to kill Will.
I mean, he tried to kill him. I mean, I don't understand this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand Will being in jail in the first place. I mean, why in the world would Will kill Adrian? There's not one thing that comes to my mind.
Hit and run. Hit and run. Hit and run. Hit and run.
Well, that's the only thing I could think of. Honestly, that's the only thing I could think of. But why? I don't know. Why would Will run? He's not that. To me, he wouldn't. He would have gotten out of the car.
I mean, but here's the thing, though. He could have surrendered after some guilt and just pleaded guilty. We don't see. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it. It's like, okay, you may think you know. But now we got to figure out.
We got
to figure out the highs, the whys, and the what the. You know, I'm gonna say this: seeing Ben in jail. I know this is not a popular opinion here, but it's whatever. I ain't surprised by that. I am not surprised that Ben is in jail.
No, I'm not either.
Because here's the thing: he's always had a bullet on his back. He's not, and this is my opinion because I know a lot of Ben Sierra fans follow me on social media and I've talked to, and listen to the show. But my thing is that he is still always will be suspect number one.
Right.
In whatever it is, he's not that like. He may be redeemed on certain levels, but he still will always be suspect number one.
And especially when he's being set up by somebody, obviously.
Right.
And do we really think that it was Victor? For some reason, I don't think it was.
Can I just say I don't think Jordan's dead?
You don't think Jordan's dead?
I don't think Jordan's dead. I think this is the ultimate payback. Is like if I was like, to me, I just can totally see Jordan being this selfish and doing this to her own brother, because the thing is that she was always trying to protect Ben. And the thing is that Jordan now sees that Ben is getting like kind of the red carpet treatment, in the sense of, okay, you have people who support you, who has your back. Meanwhile, I had to deal with all of this on my own. I had to suffer from our father. I had to suffer you putting, like, I can see Jordan playing this. And I think that obviously Clyde, because we know Clyde's coming back, I think he's involved and it's somebody else, but I don't think Victor.
I don't either. And that was a thought that crossed my mind, that Jordan wasn't really dead. But the thing that kept sticking in my head at that moment when I was thinking that is, well, Ben found her body was cold. What happened? Because we don't know what happened after that. We don't know if
his days were alive. His days were alive. People can take something to make your body temperature drop.
Right.
Actually,
but I'm just saying we don't know what happened after he found the body. We know that they were going to call the police, but we don't know what happened from that point to the point now.
And another thing, too, Ben, since we're going to why would you touch stuff? Like, my God, I'm like watching the show, And he's touching. He's like touching the body. I mean, obviously he's trying
to,
I
can kind of see it because he was in the moment. He was emotional. It was still his sister.
Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, I'm like, don't you can touch, just don't touch. I was kind of like going back and forth because if you're in a panic state, obviously you're gonna do it. But then I thought about it. I was like, okay, Sierra, tell him don't touch nothing. Because if they get the fingerprints, they're going to automatically think it's you. And it probably worked out. Yeah. And now Eve is in jail, supposedly being, we would imagine that Gina set her up. And then Jennifer's out of her coma, but she don't remember who pushed her. So
no.
Eve's going to be in there for a little while. But
I want to address this. I would like everybody, even though I hadn't had a high opinion of this person because he was acting like a douche, but that's true love with Jack and Jennifer. To stand by somebody's bedside for almost a year, and and Lindsay Godfrey, if you follow Lindsay Godfrey, she said it, and we was all joking about it. But the fact that Jennifer Rose looked amazing, like her hair was long and nice and brushed, and she had a facial, I'm going to say, her eyebrows was plucked, her nails was done. That's love.
Well, I'm assuming Jack did all of that while he sat by that bed every day, turning that hourglass. And that's what we said. That's what we all said.
Awesome.
That's true love.
Like, go find yourself a Jack Devereaux, minus some things, okay? But find yourself a Jack Devereaux that will sit by your bedside for a year. I mean, if you sleep for a year, please let me know how you did it because some of us do need sleep. But I just was stuck. And I love the fact that they've shifted the couples. Have you noticed that? It was all John and Marlena, now it's Jack and Jennifer. That's kind of carrying the lead, as far as, couples go. I don't know if anybody's noticed it so far.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. The passing of the torch with the hourglass.
I love that they use that hourglass. I just, that's Days of Our Life legacy. I mean, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Every minute, every second. I was like, where's McDonald Carey? They should have did that.
Which reminds me, I laughed out loud. Oh my God. Well, when Sarah calls her baby Mickey.
Oh my gosh.
Victor.
Oh my gosh. Victor about had a heart attack 20 times today saying, stop calling that baby Mickey. Her name is Mackenzie.
Can I just say that was so cute.
It confused me when Maggie walked out and said she had been spending time with Mickey. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is she talking about? Is she drunk again? Are we going back to this? And then, Victor spoke up and whatever. I was like, oh, my gosh. Okay, I get it.
And I have to wonder, because it goes back, I wonder if that was Mickey's given name.
Mackenzie?
What, Mackenzie?
No. Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Mickey Horton.
No. No.
No,
because I always knew him as Mickey. So.
Yeah, that was his. I think it was Michael, and they called him Mickey.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I think that's where that's done from. But I love the fact. See, Days does it right. They honor their history with the future of their show, and I love the fact that they named the child, Mackenzie. I'm just gonna say, did y'all do that to kind of say McDonald? Was y'all trying to do that? I don't know. But I like the fact that it's Mickey and right. I'm just gonna be simple. I'm just gonna try to tie it all in. And I love the fact that I'm also guessing about this paternity.
Well, I was going to say, what do you think about Clark Kent, Eric, and the baby?
Wait a minute. The best part of this time jump was seeing Xander with glasses and looking all like, I literally dropped. Let me just say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was watching it because I'm on vacation this week. Thank God. I was, I had iced tea in my hand, and I'm like, okay, and I'm watching it and everything. And then I saw Xander with the glasses on, and I literally dropped my iced tea because I was not prepared for that Clark Kent moment. And I'm like, wait, what? What is happening? Wait, okay, like he was 10 times.
And the glass, not only the glasses, but the briefcase and the suit, and it's like, what?
The mannerism. But when he held the baby, that did, I don't know what, like, seriously, Dave, was trying to really, and when you had him and Eric in the same scene together, and anybody who knows me knows I have a crush on Greg Vaughn. And I was I was like, Lindsay Godfrey is my everything. Lindsay Godfrey is my girl crush now because she, but I was wondering about the baby because I'm questioning something. Okay, here we go. Even though we're thinking that this baby is really, obviously Eric's baby, that Xander's pretending to be his, right? Mm-hmm. Why do I have a feeling that it also ties into Brady and Kirsten's baby?
I guess you're the only one that thought that, but I guess it's a possibility.
Like, I don't know if they were. I want to say they were around the same due date. But I'm wondering if there was a mix-up at the hospital, or for some reason,
or
I'm looking at
baby
Nicole.
Switch, like
but something that hasn't been, because they said that some things have never been done before on television. And I'm obviously the time jump. We can debate on that. But I'm thinking storyline wise is that right. I'm looking at Nicole. Like, I'm looking at Nicole as the center point for all of this because she knows the truth about baby Mackenzie / Mickey. And so does Sarah. But I'm also thinking if there's something else underneath it all. Because this is too simple.
Well, and it might be one of those things that there's not more to the story,
True.
We got to see what happened. They still got more story to tell us about for this past year because we're all confused. I mean,
Xander's CEO.
Yeah. What did he do for Victor or blackmail Victor with, or whatever the case might be, to get this position? Because Victor has never given in to him before, no matter what he was hanging on his head. So it just does not make sense.
I don't care at this point.
Was he in on it with Jordan?
Or was he in it with the baby stuff? See, there's so many ways of twisting the story. Like, I wonder if Victor knows about the baby too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
but let's get back to Xander and those glasses. Let's get back to Xander and those glasses.
Hey, you know what? Now I'm convinced that Xander can wear anything and be anything and pretend to be somebody and still look gorgeous. Hello.
Exactly. Wait a minute. Didn't People Magazine just come out with their most sexiest, men's edition or something like that issue? Didn't they just, isn't that out now, with John Legend and stuff? I seriously think, I'm going to put this out there, America, and tweet us at Take Two Radio if you agree with this, and email us too, and like us on Facebook. Here's the thing. Don't you think that People Magazine, even though I'm going to give People Magazine crap in a few minutes, shouldn't they come out with a soap opera version or soap opera digest, which by the way, today is their anniversary. Happy anniversary, Soap Opera Digest. They should come out with a whole soap opera edition of the sexiest men's alive edition, and Paul, aka Xander, should be at least number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him the number 1 slot. Like,
you got it.
I'm just saying.
I definitely, I would be buying that and keeping that close by. I mean, it's just.
And they should also do
because he's got it all. He's got looks and he's got the accent. To me, that's win-win.
And he gives good hugs. And he gives
well,
good
that
hugs.
I don't know.
I know that.
Candice knows
Shut
that.
Up. Hey,
firsthand.
I'm gonna kick you. I'm kicking Candice out now, David. So get ready for me and you to just talk. That's it.
No, but wait a minute. Should they come up with? Here's something else. Okay, Days Are Alive. Ron, I know you listen to the show. Shouldn't you come up with? I mean, Christmas is coming up soon, so we'll let this go. But Valentine's Day is coming up. Why can't we have Days Are Alive, Sexiest Men's Alive calendar?
Well, I was just going to say, if we can't get a magazine, we need a calendar.
Right. Or a contest to have a dream date with one of the Days Are Alive guys.
My old heart couldn't handle that. I'll live with the calendar.
But they would have to come to your hometown, though. You can't go out to California. Sorry, they would have to come. They would have to come to your hometown and pay for everything.
The movie with oh my gosh, and I love watching it too. And it's not with the guy that played on All My Children, the blonde.
Which one?
And did he go over the falls and that's how he died or whatever? Oh gosh, darn it! And Ted, Date with Ted, is that what the movie was called?
I think I know what you're talking about.
I've got to look it up now.
Yeah, we got to look it up.
A date with Ted or Tad Hamilton? A date with Tad Hamilton?
Yeah. Oh yeah, with Joshua Jamel.
There you go, Joshua Jamel.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what we need. And you can throw Joshua in there too.
For real. Just saying. For real. Just put it out there. But you should have that for real. A Valentine's Day contest. So probably digest, or even can we sponsor a contest where we lucky listeners can win a date with 2 or 3. They don't have to be currently on a soap opera. But let's say Michael E. Knight is up for it, or Rick Hurst and Greg Vaughn and Paul and Vincent. Okay, I can't participate in this contest. Sorry.
The list would be too long, and and we have to stop for 1 second, Candice, because we're being greedy. We have to put something out there for
David.
People like David.
Sorry, David.
David, who's your dream girl? Win a date with who?
Lindsay Godfrey.
He's got to think about this.
Lindsay Godfrey?
Lindsay? That's my girl crush. I'm just putting it out there.
I love her.
Lindsay is so funny. She's lucky.
There you go. So we got one for David,
K.
although Candice and I are going to pick from dozens.
I mean, obviously, seriously, it would be Rick. I'll be honest with you, it would be Rick Hurst. That is my number one, always and forever. And yes, I'm admitting it live for everybody to hear this. Everybody knows Greg Vaughn. I'm not going to say the other two because Pam made fun of me on the show with it.
I never made fun of you.
If you go back to our archives and you know the two that I'm talking about, they cheat. Y'all heard them do it, like
Jordy Villasuso and Chad Brannon. Oh my god! You didn't have to put it out there. Oh my god!
Don't forget Josh Swickert.
No, wait. Well, him too. But there's somebody else that y'all didn't really make. Well, I will say y'all did make fun of me because I wasn't there for that episode.
Oh,
that
wow.
I also have no. Even Walt, you're a very handsome man. But no, that's not who. I give you a clue.
You weren't there when we did it?
I came after the interview, but I will give you a clue. This person also ties in with Lindsay Godfrey. Lindsay Godfrey actually was in this pairing with this actor that I actually have like another crush on. Think about Sarah Horton and all the relationships she's had so far on the show. Who's going to be in A Mermaid for Christmas, coming out on November 26th on Amazon Prime.
Sean.
That's right. You weren't at that one. You were at McDonald's.
Yep.
It's Kyle Louder.
No.
It's not Kyle Louder?
Yeah, it is.
Sean. Kyle?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is Sean in Mermaid? No, not Sean.
Yeah, he's in Mermaid for Christmas.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, okay.
Ari's in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. There you go. There you go, folks.
So
Everybody
Kyle,
now knows.
I would have never guessed Kyle for you.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Candice and I think we were both out on that one.
Yeah, I came after the interview because I was eating McDonald's, literally. Because I asked that question for y'all to ask about Taco Bell and stuff.
That was summer. That was because I remember I couldn't make it because I was for my niece's graduation.
This is gonna, and I know what some of you guys are thinking right now, if you're listening, is that if we ever get Kyle on the show again, that Pam is going to use this to her advantage. I know. I gave her the animation. I know.
I
know.
I never
but
did.
I didn't do anything
bad.
I didn't do anything bad. I just, you know.
You just put me on the spot and embarrassed me. It
was a itty bitty little tease. That's all it was. You were fine. They were fine. Everybody was fine.
After that. I didn't recover after the Jordy thing.
What did I say? I don't even remember, to tell you the truth, but I know I didn't say a lot.
You put me last, and I remember you just saying that you kind of honored the fact that I had a crush on him. When Chad, you guys just really put me out there, with Chad, everybody knows.
Well, it wasn't me because I didn't interview Chad. I wasn't there.
I know, it was David, Anthony, and all of them. I know. See,
so that one you can't blame me on.
You created this show, so yeah, you're a part of it.
No. I am not an accomplice. I am not an accomplice. This is not a soap opera.
This is Days Were Our Lives. So,
this is Candice rewriting storylines here.
Real quick, because I know we're running out of time because of this. But no, and overall, how do you feel about the Days time jump storyline? Are you guys is this something that is sparking your interest?
I find it very intriguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything is an unknown.
With it. Mhm. I like it, but I don't like it. And I guess the only thing I can say about why I don't like it is because I'm still sitting here going, what? Huh? What? Who did that?
Right.
Why? Confused. It's like almost watching a new soap opera from day one, but yet you still kind of knew who the characters were, right?
Right, and I want to find out what Gabby did with that app.
Right.
After all this
time. That's tomorrow, too. That's our episode tomorrow. We're going to find out what's been going on with Gabby. Well,
yeah.
No, it was today. Well, yeah, was it today? No, it was tomorrow.
Well, she was on today, but she was only on for a minute, really.
Yeah.
And she just was saying, "See, I told you I would get my revenge or whatever, or my justice for you, or something like that."
So tomorrow we'll find out what's going on with her. Yeah.
So
it was also nice to see Abby and Chad. It was also nice to see them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we poke holes into that article? We got time to poke some holes?
Oh, please. Do we have time?
Okay.
Because I'm heated.
We have 10 minutes, so I don't know what article you're talking about.
The
you know the article,
one
fam.
where the one that TV Line put out saying that they were let go from their contracts. So what is it that our fans are most upset about, that they think the show is getting canceled because they're doing this timer? They think that. Now, what part is true? Because of the contracts, they're letting them go because it's an extended hiatus?
Well, they're as Freddie Smith put it out there, they're saving like $2 million because of letting everybody off of their contracts so they don't have to pay them, and that includes not just the actors but also the people behind the scenes. He said, and that, you know, money is always number one with any network, any show. It doesn't matter if it's a soap or whatever else. You know, it's always number one. What's going to go in the pocket? What's going to come out of the pocket? But he also did point out that they are building new sets. So if Days was not going to be renewed, why would they be building new sets?
Okay. And here's the thing. I'm going to call out some people because, you know, we can't. Some of these media outlets, I know everybody was gunning after TMZ first. And here's the thing. TMZ went after what TV Line had reported. TV Line was the first one to report the article and not fully explain the situation. In this situation, that's called clickbait. In other words, they'll put out a little bit of the article for people to click to find out what's going on so their viewership of their website goes up. The thing is that I had an issue with is that, okay, for some of us who are in the know, and not all the way know, we know that Days of Our Lives doesn't have that much money. Let's be real for a second. Days of Our Lives has a low budget. We knew that they were going to go on a 4-month hiatus at the end of this month.
We did know that part.
That was going to last until January, February, which is around the time that NBC does renew their shows. Actually, I'm going to take that back because today it was announced that one NBC show was renewed, so they did go before that. This is a risky move. I'm not going to lie. This is a risky move because within 4 months, you can't say that most of your cast and crew are going to come back. People got to pay bills. Hopefully, everybody has a savings account. Days of Our Lives has taped up until August of 2020, which is unprecedented, unheard of. There is some fear, and rightfully so. When this article came out, the first thing I said was somebody from higher ups, and by that I mean Steve Kent, Greg Mean, Ron Carlivati, Ken Corday, should have posted something to reassure the fans, because out of all the shows, Days of Our Lives has always been the one with the bullet on the target on their back. Going back to 2018, going back to 2008, with cancellations here and there. Finances is such a big issue with daytime. For years, people have been complaining about the day's budget, about the lighting, about the clothes, about the sets and everything. So, if they have to save money this way, then so be it. But, again, this is risky. I personally did not like the fact that, like I said, the articles did not explain fully in detail of what was going on. I felt like every single news outlet, from TV Line to TMZ to People Magazine to even MSNBC, which I was just shaking my head when I said that. I was like, really, NBC? You're really? Okay. All of you guys, put a negative spin on this genre. And I always say that any time that something negative happens with the soap genre, they're first and foremost to report it instead of the positive. I'm glad that Chandler Manson was the first one to kind of come out. Greg Vaughn, Lindsay Godfrey. Obviously we've all seen Camilla Bannis's video. Homegirl, yes. I feel for the cast because I can't even imagine. I said that for some of us who remembers Gone Light, As the World Turns, All My Children, One Life to Live, we sympathize with Days because these 4 shows took budget cuts back in the day. It wasn't as big as Days, but they took cuts left and right. Gone Light, I mean, the production, y'all know the story, because they wanted to save money. So
yeah, they went
it's
on
also
back.
interesting. Yeah, and it's interesting because I made this comment, and you know, one of the things that we do on the show is we talk about the 4 shows, but we support these shows through the good, the bad, and the WTF moments.
Right.
When I saw all this with Days of Our Lives, I just was like, soap Twitter can be a messy place. It can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when something happens to one of our soaps, whether you watch Days or not, we support. We start rallying around them, like to figure out, okay, look, we're down to 4 soaps. If one of them goes, you guys, it's the beginning of the end. And one of the articles did say that it's just the beginning of the end for soap operas. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, do you not know the soap fans? So I'm glad that there was full explanation. I wish these articles would have done it because when I say this is how big it was, you had all the news media outlets, right, covering this, right? It was trending on Twitter and on Facebook, right, and on Google. My local news, which was not an NBC affiliate station, carried this. And I called. This tells you how bad I was. I called them and said,
Your
no,
local
excuse me.
news?
No. My local news, channel WMAR, Channel 2 News, shout out to Baltimore, carried it. And they was like, and other news, it was on their website, on the news website, and they even talked about it. And I called them and I told them, I said, no, this is what's going on. And they said, well, thank you for the clarification. And I said, no problem. That's how soap fan I am. I was bored that day, too. But I also wish that they would retract. TV Line, you started this. You should have came out with a retract and clarified what was going on.
Or an update or something, yeah.
Right. And for MSNBC to carry it, I was like,
oh my God.
Now, like, NBC, y'all should know better than this. And I was like, it must have been a slow day in the news, obviously. I mean, I don't know if anything else was going on. But I was just like, nobody came out to set the record straight. And that's what kind of hurt me. I mean, after the article, I was like, but nobody besides the cast, like I said, I think higher up should have done it. Ken Corday, and this is my little beef here, Ken Corday should have came out, Steve Ken, Greg Mean, Ron Calavati should have put together a letter or something to release to the press. Because I'm wondering who leaked this information out in the first place. Oh, I've been doing detective work. But
all right, we're at 2 minutes, so.
Yeah, I just want to say, Days, keep doing your thing. Yes, you're doing some risky stuff, but if it's for you to survive another year on daytime, so be it. To the cast and crew, congratulations on your anniversary. I can't wait to see what else you guys got up your sleeves. And to Paul Taffer, a.k.a. Xander, you look so hot in glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
And happy anniversary, Greg Vaughn and Eric Mossoff. Y'all anniversary was yesterday, too. So, yeah.
There you go. And I agree with everything that Candice said, and I double that, and I know David does, and we will be back in December on the 12th.
Really?
And let me just, what? Wow,
really? December 12th? Okay. It seems so far.
I know, but it's not really. What I was going to say is, just a side note, anybody out there that doesn't know about the other show that I do with Dawn, it's called Christmas Movie Spotlight. We are airing an interview tomorrow that we had with the legendary actor Ed Asner. So we hope you will tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, same place. Look for it on social media. On Take Two Radio, and also at Christmas Movies, which is XMASMUVIES. And if you miss it, it's always available on replay through all the streaming apps and on here on Blog Talk Radio. You can find it on the website, take2radio.com. And that's about it.
Oh, wait, Pam. Pam,
yeah?
Wait, before we go, there's something else that we have to say. Well, I want to say this directly to you guys. I've been doing this show with you guys for, 2 years? 2 years now? It's been 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
2. See, I want to say happy anniversary to you guys. 7 years. Yes, you guys have been around. You guys have been amazing of covering the genre, amazing interviews, and this is before I even came on. And I can't wait to see where this little shuttle takes us for another 7 years. Pam, you have done an amazing job of bringing everybody together. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
God bless you,
Hopefully everybody hears that because the show ended, but I believe it still records even after it ends. But thank you very much, Candice. I truly appreciate you saying that. Okay, see everybody next time. Have a good night. Stay warm and have a great upcoming weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, exactly.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Everybody.
Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.